Hey guys, welcome to the virtual bowl.
Here we are.
You mean Virtual Knife Academy?
Virtual Knife Academy.
Close.
I don't know why they don't let me start things. So it happens to be a couple of things. It's Friday, so
Nice.
that's cool. Number two, we're back in the shop. Look what's behind Nick. What's behind Sam? Look, Scott has all his cleaning supplies behind him.
I have a bunch of
there's the
kydex.
grinder in the bathroom. Yay!
What?
Awesome. It's so cool. Back in the shop. Super excited. And it's lunchtime. So we thought we would share our lunchtime with you. So today we are going to be able to answer questions and maybe even doing some demos. Who's mobile?
Sam, Nick, and Scott.
Oh, they're all in the mobile.
Right.
Yes.
I'm having a heck of a time getting out of this corner I pinned myself.
Well, and I'm actually hooked up to a battery, so I don't know about all that.
There you have it, Scott. It's,
I guess I'm the man on the fly.
I can show you anything right here.
we see everything right there. Thank you very much.
I can show it to you up close and personal like this.
So
Fancy.
let me just start with you in the right-hand corner.
That could be any one of us.
Hey,
Who are we talking to? What?
you. I'm talking to you.
Yeah, what's up?
So how's it feel to be back at work at the shop?
Good. Busy. We are humming right along.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely have things to do, eh?
Yep. I don't think. Did we ever decide if we were going to have visitors back right now, or are we still holding off on that for right now? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for those of you listening that might want to visit, we're holding off for right now.
Yeah, I want everyone to understand that we are still, although manufacturing is allowed back up, this is the crew plus Elaine. Elaine is here. She is working as well. And as you can see, we're in different places. When we're together, we mask up, and we're in our own little section right now. So we do have respirators and other type masks. And we have a schedule of going around and cleaning stuff. And Scott is in charge of that because he said he's really good at the Clorox. So.
He was a scientist.
Before lunch. Yeah, I'm supposed to do it before lunch and before we go home.
So we got our schedule worked out here, so things are working good. But we are super excited to be back in the shop. Other than making knives, we did something cool this week, eh?
We rearranged the shop.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was wondering who was going to run with that. So rearranging. Who wants? Nick decided he wanted to do it yesterday. So let's let him do that.
Sure. Well, if you've ever visited our shop or seen one of our shop walk videos on YouTube, things are sometimes a little bit out of place. So it's not like a 1, 2, 3 sequence. Sometimes we kind of got to go here and then over there and back and forth and stuff. So we're trying to make it a little more streamlined. So we moved some of the stuff around Scott's area and LT's area primarily. So that hopefully things are a little bit easier, a little bit smoother manufacturing process.
Little better workflow, maybe, right?
What's that?
A little better workflow.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So that's kind of what we're doing. And you know, it was one of these. It's the perfect time to do it because here we are. We're had a little downtime, and when we came back, we were all kind of like, well, where did we leave off 6 weeks ago or whatever? How long it was? It was really. It's still. I mean, we've been here since Monday, and it's still kind of like, a little weird, you know.
It's been different. It's been different for sure.
Yeah.
But we're getting back to it, so that's good stuff.
Yeah,
I've been tired when I get home. That's for sure. It's been weird working an actual day instead of just sitting around at home
And not being able to nap when you feel like it.
Right?
Yeah.
I got to be awake all day now. This has been rough.
What did he say this morning? I'm sore, and we're like, from what? Because I've been working all week.
Standing up all day.
He's not used to being vertical because he had all that free time. Oh man, that's good stuff. So we're back at it. We got man, it was a little bit weird, you know, the first part of the week grinding on knives again. I had to.
Yep.
You know, you have everything when you practice it all the time. It's like right in the back of your head. you get in here and you start doing this, and it's like, wow, what grit did I finish that on before I went to the next thing? You know, it's kind of weird. But I'm digging
Definitely
it.
a relearning curve.
Oh, no doubt.
Hmm.
No doubt. So we got that. But the reorganization of the shop, that's going to allow us to do some different things. And I think we've been, we've thrown some ideas around. We've improved on a couple things, believe it or not, in just the short week that we've been here. We've come up with a couple neat ideas that we like. We're going to incorporate.
Andy and
Andy
Logan are on
Blanchard.
there.
What's that?
Andy and Logan are on there.
Oh, okay. Hey guys, good to see you. Good to see you. Hope everything is going well. I see Scott Gossman jumped on. Scott, glad to have you here, brother. Yes, we are back to work. We are pretty darn excited about that, bud. That is fun.
Yep.
Thank goodness, thank goodness. So I hope everything's going good for you down there in Maryland, brother. Hope everything's going your way down that way. So we are open for questions because we're at the shop. We might even be able to walk over and show you something if you have a question about that. Nick is actually right at his grinder. Sammy is in the kydex room, so he's good. And Scott can tell you the cleaning supplies that he carries behind his desk there. I say, and you can
They
tell,
put my desk in the closet, so this is what I got.
and you can tell Mike's in the dungeon as usual, where it's nice and dark. He's back here. He's got Sophie in there,
She's back
cuddled
there
in there.
somewhere. I don't know if you can see her.
Huh?
You can see her butt.
Oh, is she back there? Okay, I see her. Yeah, right on. So, what's Nick? What are you working on?
Finishing today. So right now on my card here, I have Desert Ironwood Patriots.
Oh, nice.
If you can see those, they just got roughed by LT and Scott and Sam, and I'm working on those. I did a bunch of HCs this morning, and let's see. I got some JX3s in Desert Ironwood up here too, so after that, we'll see what I got next.
Yeah, after generally on like on the HCs, what generally happens, guys, if you're not familiar with how we do the HCs, is they spend some time in apple cider vinegar. When they come out of there, they get cleaned up, built, and then after they get roughed in and the finish put on the handles, then Nick puts them in a mustard patina setup. So that's what
Mustard. Mustard?
Yep, which we're out of, by the way. We need to get some more of.
Oh, we need some more mustard.
Nick had hot dogs for lunch.
Sandwiches while you were gone.
I don't know.
What'd you
You
say,
both
Sam?
said things at the same time, so.
So I've
I don't
been
know
using it on my sandwiches while we were gone.
Oh, okay.
Got to.
So,
That's
so we need
okay.
more mustard. But we actually do put the patina on exactly that way. We use mustard, and they're hanging right now near the sink. So after the podcast,
Let's see.
here it goes again.
Nick, show us some hanging
I
knives.
might be able to move that far. Hold on.
Okay, Nick will show you. Maybe.
Hold on.
He's the man on the sudden. Whoa, whoa.
Hold
That's
on.
me. That's the screen.
Shout out Scott. Shout out Scott.
Okay.
Toolbox. Sink. Oh,
It's
they're
over
back
there.
there
Hold
behind
on.
the sink.
Yeah.
Try to get over there. Okay. There we go. So there they
Aha.
are. Once
They're
they're
hanging.
covered. Yep.
Very good. That's a good shot. So if anyone ever wondered how we do that, that is really how we do it. We do it
I'm
as
gonna
simple
use.
as you possibly can.
This is just a sea sponge we've cut up into pieces, and there's the empty mustard bottle in the trash.
And that means we're done.
Yeah,
Right?
that was done.
That was it. We are finished with the mustard. That's how you can tell. But no,
Uh-oh.
so they sit there sometimes overnight, but at least for a number of hours so that the mustard is safe. And what the mustard does is actually darken the areas where the apple cider vinegar. So you have your apple cider vinegar base across the whole knife, and then spot mustard across it. We also do some striped mustard sometimes too, which is quite interesting.
It doesn't.
We've
It
got
doesn't look. It doesn't look like Andy Blanchard likes mustard.
I will never be able to have one of those. Oh well. It's not for everybody, I guess.
You're not licking it. You can't smell it when we're done. It's just a look, buddy.
Just have Andy tell you his mustard story one time.
Oh, there's a story. Okay.
Of course, there's a story with everything, man.
Okay.
So we've got some. I think we got one machete and a bunch of HCs that are actually getting ready to go to customers and dealers because we had a purchase while we were
You
off, so
play me? Oh.
cleaned up. So we have those ready to go out. Today will just be roughing and finishing day. Yesterday was build day, and we got to hang out all day long with Mikey. How did we do on the build day?
Well, there was a lot of complaining and a lot of glue in a lot of places,
Whoa!
but you guys did very well.
Who was complaining, Sam? Because it wasn't me.
Hey now, it's not my fault that you guys put glue all over it. I'm just trying to keep nice and clean.
Poor Sam.
Should we sing our song for our employee that's not here?
Yeah, he's probably having a baby right now.
Tyler, come back.
Good.
Tyler does a lot of gluing. He's not here. We're running a skeleton crew, and after gluing about 2 knives, I was ready for Tyler to come back.
It's because you were covered in glue from head to toe.
Well, I can tell you this: if you've ever seen Scott or myself glue, it's bad.
More ends up on them than on the knives usually.
There's yeah. It's the same. It's the same way I make pizza. Lane stands there and goes, "That is too much cheese," and I said, "No, it's not enough cheese yet. It's too much cheese. It's going to go over. It's going to burn on the pan. Blah blah blah." I never listen. I always use too much cheese. Same thing with the glue. I always use too much glue. And if you look at my leather apron, you can tell I used to glue it because there's glue. It's like a solid.
Oh yeah, it's all over that hoodie.
It's almost Kevlar-esque.
Yeah.
So that was
There's
fun.
layers, that's for sure.
Oh, no doubt. But we had some good times this week. We spent Monday and Tuesday because again we had to kind of figure out where we are over in Sam's steel area, and he was like mean to all of us, made us grind hot.
Well,
Really? He was nice to me.
sometime. Poor Scott, we threw him right into something
Oh,
he
I
hasn't
know,
done
that
in
was
like
cold-hearted.
8 years.
Yep.
Here, Scott, do this.
Sure.
Hey, he rose to the
He did
challenge.
really good.
He did. He did really good. I think on one of the things that I inspected, I actually asked Sam, I was like, "Did you grind it?" And he went, "Oh, it was Scott." And I said, "Man, not bad."
Oh, the grinding part. Oh yeah, that was challenging for a little bit there, but
Yeah.
Sammy helped me out. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, they look real good. So that was
Oh,
fun.
good.
We all kind of tag teamed the steel area, and then
Yep.
we hung out with Mikey for 2 solid days and built, glued, cut, and broke bandsaw blade after bandsaw blade after bandsaw blade. Jeez, oh Liz, that was rough, but that was some fun stuff. I am
Happens.
super happy to be back at it. I got to be honest. It is so fun.
I love the smell of my car to dust in the morning.
Oh yeah, and that desert ironwood you were burning this morning, that smelled just like popcorn.
It does. It does
All right.
very much so.
That's some weird stuff, but yeah, no doubt. Well, do we have any questions, Mikey?
Nothing yet.
Come on, nobody has a.
Yeah, right there. Andy Blanchard wants to know if anyone else enjoys picking the glue off their skin days later from gluing up knives.
Interesting.
Yep. Here's the thing.
Sure.
If you don't glue, you don't understand that. But I totally know what he's talking about because I have found myself in church listening to the pastor going, "Huh, thought I got that," or clear up at the elbow, or if you look at Mikey on this earlobe.
Yep.
Or when LT comes and pulls your earbud out and you've accidentally glued it in.
Because when I need to talk to him and he's gluing, I just pull his earbud out, talk to him. I don't put it back. So he's got glue on his hand. He has to put it back in himself. So he has this glued up earlobe all the time. It's funny. But yes, I actually do. There is some satisfaction about picking the dry glue off the hand. I have to agree with that.
Oh yeah. It's almost as fun as popping bubble wrap.
Oh yeah. This is a good point. So I like
I'd
that.
rather pop bubble wrap.
If I could
Huge
pick glue
fan of
off
the
my
glue.
hand and pop the bubble wrap, ooh, kill me now.
There you go.
Wow.
That would be totally
You've
cool.
got some interesting pastimes there, Scooter.
Oh yeah.
Now
So
you've all done it.
when we did some rearranging yesterday, we found some things. That was
No, I
usually
did.
in Scott's area.
A lot
I found a whole
of
knife.
stuff.
I mean, a blank.
You mean a few knives?
Yeah, he's
And,
Like-
hey, look
No,
at
no,
this
no, no.
under this layer of micarta.
Those were in the drawer. The one I found behind the workbench in
That
the
pile of
dust
dirt.
and paper. That was funny.
Yeah, that's like
it
10
still
years ago.
counts if you don't remember they're there. Then you found them.
I don't remember a lot of stuff, buddy. That's I'm past that. Every day's a new day.
Oh.
He's constantly making new
Interesting.
mistakes because he forgets the old ones.
Oh.
It's fine.
Right on. Hey Scott, are you in the mobile position? All right.
I can be.
Tell you what, why don't you mask up and meet me over at the rough-in station?
My mask is out there, so.
Okay. Well, you
Right.
go first, and then mine is too. Actually,
And my safety glasses. All right, let me
I
turn
got my portable mask.
let me
And
figure out how to turn the camera on.
what we'll do is I'll go out and I'll rough in a knife.
That's not it.
Guys to watch it. Huh?
He's
Well, I'm sure
running
they don't
out of
wanna-
technology.
How do I turn the camera? Oh, there it is. It's very tiny. Okay. Off we go. On the move.
Okay, so guys, what we're gonna do is I'll let Scott get out there, get masked up. Nick's down at the other end. He can get ready. Nick, if you you got something you can throw a quick finish on?
I do not right now, no.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Maybe I'll just grab something and go through it real quick and hand it off to you. How's that sound?
Okay.
Okay. We'll work that out.
Okay.
Mikey, you okay on the filming? You gonna go?
Yep.
You got it figured out? Okay, guys. So hold on. I see there's about 24 of you on there. I'm gonna put on my safety glasses and my apron and stuff. I'm gonna go out. I'll try to talk to you through my mask the best I can.
I can't put my apron on.
now.
I got wires connected to stuff.
Talk, or maybe Scott can talk.
Where's the rough-in?
Scott, can you hear me?
Come in, LT. Break 19.
Breaker 19. Scott, you there?
Yeah. What do you want, buddy?
Okay, now I just wanted to see if you hear me. I was just messing with you. All right, I'm on my way. Let me switch out glasses. Okay, guys, hang tight. We're gonna rough some knives and see what we can do for you. Maybe we got time. We'll go rough finish and what's that last thing we do? Sharpen.
The sharpening, the most important part.
Hey, we sharpened something. All right,
this little machine right here.
right on. Let me see what I got to rough in.
Come on, LT. Come on, buddy.
Calm down. Calm down.
Shake a leg. We moved. If you've been here to the shop, here's the garage door, and we moved our sharpening stuff toward the back so that we can just sharpen and come right down here and land on this table, and then somebody at the cleaning table can take them there, go to there. And then we moved LT's stuff. This is a bunch of his rough-in stuff.
A custom. I've never actually done one of these.
Okay.
Wait, that's candy though. Then we won't be able to sharpen it.
Pick one of them little.
I mean, I guess I can do one of these Patriots if you want, but it's going to take a few minutes.
Okay, so you'll finish the page. You know what? I got some stuff here that you can finish. Let me go ahead and rough something, then I'll just bring you one of these. We'll do this one, then we'll make sharp something else.
How about? Yeah,
Okay, you guys
yeah.
ready?
Whoa. Ready to go.
Hey, if there's any House members on here, or just general public, check this out. This is a custom that I'm going to roll down because it's laying on my bench.
Oh yeah.
Do it by hand so you guys can see how it's done. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. This happens to be a standard ground knife. No, we don't have a name for it yet. So I'm going to cut the corners off. Okay, this being G10, we wouldn't wrap this, so we're just going to cut the corners off.
come back and the corner that I create, I'm going to cut that off too. Now you can see it's starting to take on the shape of being round to the top.
Yep.
And then do the same thing to the underneath side. I'm going to rise the shape of this knife. So when I do things, I also do with right hand, left hand quite a bit so that you keep symmetry. Plus, the belt only rolls down. So if I did everything off the right side, the top would be getting on, the bottom would be getting pulled, push and pull with the weird thing. So now I've got it kind of rounded. You guys can see that. I want to do, again, this is just our design here. Let's see how I'm going to do. I think what I want to do maybe is I'm going to do a little contour here and do a barrel shape in here.
Sounds good.
So here's how I'm going to do it. And come in, I'm going to take off hog off some of that at the top, so I can create a barrel shape. I want my hand to rest here like a semi-guard, so I'm going to cut in right there, all the way in this knife. Okay, so if you can see that, you can see where there's a sort of a barrel shape coming in. Right now I'm going to start floating all of this from here to here together a little bit.
Yep.
Just these shoulders, but that's what I want on this front. And then start rolling it down. So I'll come up with the shape that I like. Roll that in there, get it to where I want. Make sure that it's the same on both sides. Symmetry, again, this is all done by eye and by hand. So we have to get this just the way we want it. Now we'll work on it. Just to get that look. And that's it for now here. Cool. Okay, now I got the front the way I want. Now what I'm going to do is take it a step further and go ahead with my barrel shape. So I'm just taking all this spot away, getting that shape in there. On the other side. And it's a pressure thing. I'm applying pressure as I go come across, and I'm using the light in other areas. Pressure. That way I get that side. Now you can see that side I've pretty much got that barrel shape going on.
Yep.
Okay? Now if you look at the bottom side, you can see what I have left to do. Okay, so now I'm going to reverse it. Start working on that.
What you got there, Sam?
This is a GP medium that Mikey asked me to come hold up. So I stole LT's office for a minute because my Skype is real far away.
Okay, now
Is that good, Mike?
make sure that I get it the shape that I like the way it feels. So I'm going to have just a little bit of a teardrop from top to bottom. And I'm taking a little bit more off of this portion here. Yeah. That's where that feels. And I think I'm going to get a little more round here. Okay, that's nice. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cap this scale off. Okay? So you come in here, you get that round, and all I'm doing, you notice I'm working against the hard surface of this wheel, but it's a light touch. You can barely hear it running. And what that's doing is allowing me to take off these points. That come around here. Well, okay, and I'm going to add just take a little bit off the front edge of this. So when Nick gets it, he's not going to hate me. Well, a little bit.
A little bit.
Some make it like a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good. Now, at this point, this knife is roughed in. The front is same. It's very much the same.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it?
Yep.
Okay, and then if you look at this way, you can see that the barrel shape is pretty much on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got a couple things I want to do to it right here on these wheels. I'm going to get the finger groove underneath worked out real well. And as you can see, this machine, well actually this machine, R.W. Wilson builds these machines, these particular ones. This is a 2x132 belt. Okay? This is a 2x72, which is our standard grinder belt. So I have wheels up here that I can work off of. And what I'm doing is this is one of the wheels that we use for finger grooves and stuff. So kind of working that in there. Getting that groove in there the way I like it. And there it is. I got happy with what I got. I'm going to just kind of float everything out here. And get a little, and again, I'm going to do some things here when I hand it off to Nick. I'm trying to make it a little bit easier on him. So that he doesn't have to work so hard on the rough side, because he's going to be on a different grip. We're going to hand off and he'll take it on a 120 grip. So there we are, we're done. I got a 36. Now, I'm going to turn it to a red 120. The reason we go to a red 120 is this is powerful enough to get out 36 grit scratches. So I'm going to go ahead and kill out the 36s.
Hey, Mike, are you still hearing him? Okay.
Okay, so I'm getting them out of the way. Good to go. That's it. Going to move over to this grinder.
Okay.
Stopwatch the grinder.
Please don't push me into the machine.
All right, so now we're going to do what we call strapping. Okay, strapping is when, again, we're doing multiple knives. We're not doing just one knife. If I was doing one knife, we would definitely do this differently. But because I'll do a batch of 25, 50 in a day, I need to get the use out of my belts. And anytime you change a belt, it takes a long time. So I would do a batch of knives. So I wouldn't be changing one belt to one belt. But strapping, what it does, belts are expensive. So by the time we get back to the finishing area, I want to have the steel work done because the steel is the hard stuff. So if I can get all the scratches out up here on my other belts, by the time it gets to handle rolling, it's a lot easier on the belts and they last a lot longer. So this is what we call strapping. Basically what I'm doing is changing the strap line in the steel. And then I'll change it.
Probably, I don't know, looking at a small screen.
I apologize, guys. Yeah, me and Scott can't really tell that. What we'll do is basically we're getting out all the 36 grit scratches using a 120. It's more or less what's happening right now. Good. That's it. Now, I will change. Because the red 120, although it's 120 grit, it's a harsher, stiffer backed belt than our J-Flex, as you can see. This one won't bend. I can bend this one up. This J-Flex, they're both 120s, but this is a different, I don't want to say different grit, but
what would you say? It's a softer 120,
Yeah, the backer is the main difference here.
which definitely makes a difference in the way we finish. Now, you notice I just ran all my scratch lines this way. I'm now going to reverse them, and the reason that I reverse them is because I can see a stray one if I missed it.
Sammy, don't poke that. Don't do that, Sammy. I can see what you're doing.
There it is. Okay, the knife is now.
Wait.
The knife is now.
Sorry. Okay. Good. Lost you for a minute.
Okay. This knife is now what we call roughed in. So it's 36 grit. All the steel is down to a yellow 120. Now at this point, I'll hand it off to Nick, and Nick can take it from there to the next grit. So can you talk, or you need somebody to talk for you? He can do it. Okay. I'm going to head back to the office.
Right. Hey, close the door. Okay, what do you got on there? 120. All right, this is another yellow 120, but now he's going to be working with the handle. Ready, go. That's too comfortable. So we have this slack portion here that flexes a bunch. That helps contour the handle right into it. Let me, go ahead, keep going. Put this back on microphone. Hang on a second. Okay, hopefully you can hear me a little bit better. Sorry about that. Notice he switches back and forth between having a blade in his right hand and left. It kind of keeps some symmetry there on the handle. We want everything to look correct when you look at it from the front and back. You don't want to look at the back of the knife and have the handle shaped nice, but have the steel off a little bit because you forgot to change hands in it. So that's why we do that a bunch. You see that yellow belt turns real nice into the finger notch. Those belts work great for that. Surprisingly, Nick is not running his machine at full speed with the turbocharger on because he likes to do that. I don't know why, but that's his thing. Kind of running a little bit slower today. Yeah, just the mood he's in. Yeah, that's it. Keep in mind, when we're doing this on the belt, we are working with a variety of hardnesses and materials. We have some D10 in there. Where you at? We got some micarta, we got some aluminum, we got some stainless, and then of course the steel. Lots of things going on here, so it's easy to forget to keep everything at the same level and get. Even though once in a while the material in the knife kind of migrates. This does work best if you switch hands. Might have to change pressure a little bit here and there. I don't know if you can hear that. Right now it's going real light on the belt. Sometimes it's very noisy, pressing real hard. There's a couple quickie secrets to knife making. Ready? Ready, everyone? Time and pressure. You can either linger on that belt longer or press harder. Either one. It depends on the effect you're after. LT, are you praying in there, or what are you looking at? Let me get your head. I can see you.
No, I'm watching Nick.
Oh, you're looking at this.
Yeah.
All right, I thought you fell asleep there for a second. Holy cow.
No. No, I'm watching Nick. Mikey has it. He has the big screen. We're just in the audio side right now, which is cool.
Gotcha. All right, you notice that Nick was looking at the front of the knife and the tail of the knife. Even though you would think if you look at the tail of the knife, you can look at the top of it and the bottom. It's better to roll the knife around a bunch and look at it. Make sure everything is staying symmetrical and that you're getting rid of the scratches. Just getting matte finish or polish, LT?
Matt.
Matte finish, okay, which means one yellow 120 and a little hit on the Scotch-Brite wheel. And then we should be ready to do the final sharpen, which is mainly just a buffing of the edge and a paper check, because Sammy does such a phenomenal job with the initial sharpening that it rarely needs a lot. Sam, calm down, buddy. Just relax in there. I see your face. Very subdued and hey, there you
Hey,
go.
Scott.
Yes, sir.
Do you realize that on Facebook they can't see us, just you can?
Oh no, I have no idea.
I know that. That's why when you say, "Hey Sam, you look so excited."
Well, okay, well, I don't
Somebody
know.
sees
On
for
my
you.
screen, I see everybody. Sorry, Facebook. It's my first day on this gig.
That's funny.
All right, now you notice there. Okay, now I see what we're doing here. I can just, you guys just see Nick. You saw him handstanding, literally handstanding on that belt. It's a different technique. I prefer to use the motor of the machine, but you know, it depends what you're after. This could be a variety of things.
Hey Scott, would you kind of think that that's kind of like putting a couple horses in front of a hot rod and dragging it for no reason?
Yeah, we want to drag the car through the lights at the end to see what they'll kind of. Oh, see now what he's doing now.
See that?
I never understood.
You can have music on.
Oh, that's right. Scott, why?
Oh, I see. Okay, this happened. Oh, okay, hold on. Now we're going over here.
Anyway, the reason that Nick does that, in case someone's curious, is like, why does he
That's
shut
very
it?
nice.
Because believe it or not, sometimes you have to hand sand something, and you've got sandpaper right there. So you just shut it off and you use it.
That is literally sandpaper. Ah, very nice. Very symmetrical, very round. Excellent job, my friend. This is just the Scotch-Brite wheel. And just kind of smoothing things over. The 120 yellow belt does a phenomenal job. You could leave it right there, but if you come over on these two wheels and give it just a little extra touch, these are the smaller details that we do on all the knives to make sure that the handles are comfy, they look nice, and it is a kind of uniform look over all of the surfaces, the steel, the G10, the micarta, everything.
Yeah, the Scotch-Brite surface, or I'm sorry, the Scotch-Brite finish is a very nice finish. Plus, if you ever get something on it, it's so easy to bring back. You literally can do it with a Scotch-Brite sponge.
Whoa, that's broke, Nick. That one's broke, buddy. Steel LTs. He loves when you steal his stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, now we've sprayed it with some ballistol. We're going into the little knife maker's room. Oh, he's giving it a clean. This is the quick clean. Okay.
There you go.
Let's see. Oh, that's fantastic. Can I hold that?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see that.
So sometimes, if you look at the aluminum here, there's a little bit of discoloration that'll come off when we do an actual cleaning. But for the most part, that is a
very nice
G10 matte finish.
Hey, Scott.
Okay. Yeah.
Go up to the other knife that's unfinished, that's very similar, is laying on my bench. They can see it like a beginning and end.
Okay, stay with me, people. This knife is flying through midair. Okay.
There you go.
How about that?
So that's kind of...
this one you can still use. It's not real comfy. This one's nicer, though.
That one's for big hands. The other one's for...
Yeah, right, medium. Okay, do you want me to buff this edge?
Yeah.
What we do when
paper check sharp.
Nick!
Yeah.
Mirror!
Okay.
Nick will now be my assistant.
Hear that? Oh, he's up.
As I said, these are sharpened already. We're just going to buff the edge.
Okay. I'm Scooter's cameraman.
Now I take this tape off and I throw it on the ground because we got a guy for that. Chris will get it. Thank you, Chris. Okay, here's what she looks like untaped. Little laser logo etched over there. A for A2.
That is a cool knife.
Now these are fairly sharp, like I said, but we're going to give it this is from Durafelt. This is just a wool kind of felt wheel. There's 4 different, up here, Bubby. There's 4 different hardnesses. This is the one they call hard. All right, the extra hard, a little too much. The medium, not good enough. This is your happy medium right here, this hard. And now this over here, this is just an unsewn floppy cotton wheel. The same exact ones we use for finishing handles when we polish, except this is a high-speed buffer, so it makes this more into like a harder wheel. And then the final touch is here, where we will run the spine to make sure that the spine is sharpened, so you can run a fire steel, strip down a branch of tinder, yada yada. Now, normally I have a mask on for this, but then I can't talk. So you just have to remember, if you've ever taken a class, and I've said to you, when you sharpen the edge, keep your mouth closed. You will get compound sprayed on your face. There you go. Good. All right, you see only part of that went away. I'm only working on a half of the wheel. And I have no proof of this, but ideally I would think with the compound on there, let's say it might be 1,000 grit. When you take a swipe and remove it, now you're down to just the felt, it's more like 1,800 grit. So it's almost like having 2 belts, let's say, on one piece of equipment. All right, this is probably very sharp. But just that extra little touch, just like Nick is like doing some hand sanding, like to finish up with this wheel here. Notice too, I'm not moving the knife, I'm moving my torso to keep the knife steady. And it's like I come across and go up, and follow that radius. Sharpen, it's across down, and we pop, it's across the top. Fine coats of U-lines, and this is catalogs. These are about 3/1000ths of an inch thick, I believe. You know your knife is sharp when you can change direction. That was good. Let's make some confetti on Nick's shoes. And now we want to do, this tip is probably pretty sharp. We want to finish up on 120 right here. Okay, you can see with one hit, you can see that changing the direction of the scratches. Better. Now let's get this part here.
Now, for those of you who are wondering, he is doing what we call tipping the knife, but he's also creating the reverse direction 120 scratch lines and 90-degree spine for your fire steel.
I know this will be hard to see, but you see that? No, thank you. You see that grabbing my finger. The edge of this is very, very sharp. Both sides. So now we will be able to successfully run a fire steel. If you're careful holding this knife, scrape it down a branch, collect a bunch of tinder for your fire. Either way, but here we have the done knife. It just has to get cleaned, that's all.
We'll head for cleaning now.
That's it.
Now we got to figure out what to call it.
I don't know what LT is saying right now. Because I can't hear you.
Here, give me your thing.
Mike, can they hear
Got
me?
it.
Okay. So
Plug
now,
me in.
Hold on.
what we're gonna do? We really didn't. We kind of didn't plan on doing this, but
Okay.
now I'm kind of
Hey, Nick.
focused on it. So what I'm gonna do? Scott, you can come back in here if you want to.
Yep.
Nick can get back in his place. I'm gonna go in and film Sammy, and we're gonna make a kydex rig real quick, just because we got some extra time. How's that sound?
Nice.
And Mikey, you guys can field any questions in the meantime. We hope that you guys so far have enjoyed that. You got to see us take a comment down to actual finished sharpen. Maybe what we can do next time is get Mikey in on it a little bit. I know he's running the computers, but do some. Maybe we can throw a build together and actually have some sharpening from start to finish, and maybe even grind up the Scandi. Show people how we grind the Scandi or something.
Oh, heck.
Just yeah, that'd be some fun.
I
stuff.
honestly didn't think of that. You want me to sharpen a different blank or save it for
No,
next
we
time?
can, we can do it next time because it's
Okay.
it's 12:45 right
Oh,
now.
okay.
But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and back into the kydex room, Mikey, and I'm going to film Sammy making a kydex rig. I think he's got a GNS
Dig
that
it.
he can do. How's that sound? Do a real quick kydex thing, and you guys can explain how cool the class that we're going to have in July is. Now, Mike, in all
kydex
fairness,
class.
I probably won't be able to hear you once I get in there, so you'll have to wave or something. I don't know.
So we can talk about you a little bit.
Hey, Mike, knock on the wall if you need me. We can do that. People have no idea the relationship of the kydex room and your office. All right, let me get my
It's
glasses
about that
on,
far apart.
and I will mask up and go hang out with Sammy. Yeah, you got volume on Sam's stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay,
I
roger
hope
that.
so.
I hear him. Woohoo!
Oh, I'm missing all the fun comments here while I was out in the shop.
I unplug the headphones, or is that going to make a loud noise?
You can unplug the headphones, Sam.
I did.
Okay.
Sam,
Hi.
are you ready?
Sure.
All right, let me get masked up here. And it says not
Okay,
now.
Sam and LT can't hear us, right?
Yeah, they can. Hey,
Actually, I can.
No, they can hear us.
Sorry.
Well, I didn't realize I could hear you. I can hear you.
this is what
I
they're
can
dealing
see
with
Nick.
over there.
Nick's outside the door.
I know,
Oh,
I'm sort of
okay.
around the corner
Gotcha.
from there.
He's over there.
That's it.
Okay. Sam, should I hold it this way or this way?
That way.
Whatever Mike says.
Okay. I didn't say that way. I said this way or this way. There was no that way. Help me.
The way you're doing it
This-
currently, please.
Okay.
The way you got it.
All right. And here we go. You gonna talk them through it, Sammy?
Sure. I'm going to make kydex. The first thing I do is, well, I did it before LT got here. I spray the blade with acetone to get any oil off so the tape will stick. And I'm going to put at least 2 layers of tape on, depending on the size of the knife. I might do 3 and I might do 1. For GNS, 2 seems to be plenty.
If any of you are wondering, yes, I am a professional iPad film holder guy. Not really, because this, I know, I'm really bad at it, so I apologize in advance.
Yeah, I got you on TV over here. I can see everything. It's on delay, but I can see it all.
Cool.
Alright, we're going to trim up the tape around the blade.
Mike, can you still hear him?
I don't know if I kept the candy edge too much, or Scott will get a little upset with it. Alright, the blade's taped over here in this. And over here.
Oh, yeah.
And I keep all the spacers. That's what I'm looking for. In here, so we'll grab one for the GNS.
Yeah, he's doing a GNS, so we put a spacer in there. And what does the spacer do, Sammy?
It creates a gap in there so you can get your attention on the slide.
You see? Can you point to it at the top?
Right in there.
Right in there. That is what a spacer that allows that slide lock to work, but also allows that knife handle to pop in and out.
I did a little pre-cutting on the kydex. So I just have to break it. 2 4x8 pieces for a GNS. One plain Jane black. Press runs at 374 degrees for 35 seconds.
Yep.
Temperature varies depending on how cold or hot it is in here.
Brother Andy turned us on to a t-shirt press a number of years ago. We used to use a toaster oven, and then before that I used an oven.
I've never had to do that. I've always had.
I have, Scott, you remember forgetting kydex in the toaster oven and coming back and a glob of kydex being burnt at the bottom of the toaster oven?
Oh, of course. That's always fun. There's no turning back with that piece.
I didn't know.
This is where we sing the Jeopardy music.
This is, I was going to say, this is where you do that. Well, there it is. It's done.
Oh, done.
And look at that. Bam.
This would be a bad time for us to break up.
Yep. Okay. So now you have 5 minutes, right? Yeah. You have 5 minutes to talk. Ready, go. Tell us about yourself.
My name's Sam.
Okay, so at this point, basically, we have to let that cool down.
Well, normally I'd be taping more things and cutting more kydex and
Yep.
standing here looking pretty. However works best, I guess.
When we used to do kydex years ago, let's just talk about kydex, because there's really nothing we can do unless somebody wants to do something else real quick. But kydex, back in the old days, I know we talked about, I used to rush downstairs and from. No, I'm fine. They can hear me. I'm just gonna.
You're staring at me.
I know, but it's not uncomfortable for me. It's only weird for you.
And everyone
anyway,
watching.
In the old days, I know Scott may remember it different, but I remember it this way. So
Here we go.
I can see you. You know that.
Yeah, but the people
yeah.
on Facebook can't.
They can now.
Uh-oh.
No, so we used to do kydex. Basically, we'd work it in with the day and everything, and then we would just we'd have kydex outside of the knife grinding shop, so it was cleaner. Not a lot. It was just a little cleaner. And then on the other side of the wall, him or I, and usually he likes to say him, but not really. We would go out there and we would do kydex on knives when we need to, and that's back in the toaster oven days. That's when we would get to molten.
I had a good little area going in the basement for kydex. We had the toaster oven on the very end of the workbench, and walk right around to the little press and the vise and start to mold things, and it went pretty good. That very first year that we did the knife of the year, the Cody knives.
Oh yeah.
I did all of those kydex. I think they came out okay.
That was
not as good as Sam's, of course, you know.
That was the 2010
yeah.
Cody. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
That was a big knife.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it
was
a big knife. Yeah, those
7-inch blade.
Yeah, and they were all flat grinds. So that was it was a big chunk of kydex that we had to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that.
With the rivets, line it up, slide lock.
Kydex can be a little intimidating, but honestly, it's just like about anything else in the world. I know everyone, probably, Mikey, have you done kydex?
A little bit.
Okay, Nick does a fair amount of it. He does some of his own stuff.
Some here and there.
With some, like, pocket carry things now and then and stuff. It can be a little intimidating. It's one of those things, after you mess with it a little bit and you kind of figure out the little quirks of it, it's a cool thing to do. And your ideas for kydex are pretty much unlimited. If you know the way you want your sheath to look, or your to look, or whatever. Do you have your kydex? You got Sammy on there, Mike?
Yeah.
You got your kydex multi-tool holder? Okay, pull that off real quick. This is something that we came up with a while back. To you spin it and I'll look at it. There you go. That's set up on a tech lock, and it has actual bungee running front to back to keep the pressure on it. The cool part about that is it takes a bunch of different sizes of the multi-tool. So you can have a bunch of different sizes, and not only a multi-tool. What else, Nick?
Spare mags or anything that'll basically fit in there.
Yeah. Spare mags, it'll fit Glock mags. I'm sure of that. So that works really good. So kydex, that's one of those things, man. You can just, whatever you can dream of, you can almost come up with a kydex combination. Even hybrids. You know, we've done some kydex leather combination stuff. That's really or putting the kydex retention strap out around leather, you know, stuff like that. Hang on, is it time?
Sure can be.
Okay.
Are the
Here we
cookies
go,
done
Mikey.
yet?
We're back on kydex, going to the press. Now, for you guys wondering, what kind of press is that? That is a woodworker's vice press that we got at an auction. We got a whole bunch of these with the tables, and we took them all off the table and turned them vertically instead of horizontal. Added big kydex blocks for our. There, you can see we have big kydex there, and then the foam is on the kydex.
He means micarta, not kydex.
Did I?
Yeah, it's one
Man, I don't know why I
of my
can't.
card.
I know what I'm talking. Why didn't you tell me that?
Because I wasn't really listening, to be honest.
You're right here.
Let's
I
see
was
the
doing
mold.
stuff and hoping this turned out good and I wouldn't have a bad kydex on my TV.
That looks
Okay,
good.
anyway. Did it turn out good?
Yeah, got a nice mold to it.
Okay. Well, we're going to move on. Anyway, that is, Mike is right. That's micarta. I don't know why I said kydex. So micarta and foam inside that woodworker's press, and it works great. Works great. Okay, so Sammy is, let's peek over his shoulder and watch him do this. Ready, go.
Drill 2 holes in the bottom, keep it together so I can take the knife out.
And he's using the arbor press. Put in the rivets. Now the knife comes out. Very good.
Get the pattern off of the wall of.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yep.
Wall of patterns.
Wall of patterns. Now, if you're going to do a kydex rig and it's your own, you can come up with your own design. But we try to keep things fairly the same. Now, even though they're done by hand, we do have some standard patterns that we work from. So as you can see, he's got it all sharpied out and ready to go. Okay, bud.
Let's see if we can see it.
Yep. You run like the wind.
Is there cake involved or wasn't?
No, there's no cake and no ice cream. So,
Now I'm going to drill the holes.
okay. So basically he laid out all the holes and he's going to just drill them all right now. So we have that set up. And he is getting all the holes drilled for the rivets. Now notice that he drilled a couple rivets in earlier, or I'm sorry, holes, and then riveted them earlier. And basically what that does is keep the whole unit together while he has the opportunity to work on it. So now you can see it's all drilled and ready to go. Okay. So at this point,
Put 2 more rivets in. The way I can cut the other rivets off.
okay, so if you didn't hear that, he put 2 rivets in randomly so he can cut the other rivets off as we go through the cut process. Yeah. Now he's going to cut fairly close to that line, so there's hardly any cleanup necessary at the end. Okay, so he's good to go, and at this point you can see it's taking shape. Good. All right. Next process, he's going to set up and do the shaping, get that final shape ready on that sheet.
We'll start off with a 36.
So he's using a rough
Take it down
36.
just to there's a little bit of Sharpie left all the way around it.
Okay. Nice. Okay. Now you're going to change grits, just like when we're doing knives. Very similar. You have your roughing grit. What I like to tell people is when you're using your 36 grit, that's where your shape is. You're shaping that. The rest of those grits simply take the scratches out of the product. Okay, and that goes for knife handles, goes for blades. Get the size on your 36. Use your other grits to get 36 grit scratches off of it. And that's it. If you learn that, you'll save yourself a lot of aggravation. And belts. Right, Nick?
Oh yeah, for sure. Anything you can do with the more aggressive grits like that will really save you time and, like you said, other belts.
Right on. Okay, Sammy.
Ready?
Yep.
So I went from the 36 straight to a yellow 120.
Okay, so he's going right to the 120, which happens to be the final grit on the edge of these sheaths, correct?
Yeah.
So now he's cleaning up those angles real nice to make sure everything looks good. Getting the proper shape everywhere. Notice he's working off the platen and off the wheel. Just depends on what he needs to do. So now we're looking real good. We got a nice shape. Now there's a couple things still need to be done. He's got to do a slot for the slide lock and a thumb ramp. So here, notice that he's got a small wheel attached to this grinder, which simply Scott just welded an arm on there so that we could use that. And now he's cutting in. See how he's putting in the thumb ramp, rolling over the edges so there's no sharp points. Good to go. Like it. There's your thumb ramp right on the front. Excellent. Okay. Next.
Next, we're going to put in the slot and the slide lock.
Okay, if you guys can see the router back here, because I won't be able to show you when he's doing it, but he's going to go ahead and we have that set up for slotting kydex. And this is Sam's back while he slots kydex. I guess I could walk around there and try to. Go ahead. You do your thing. I'll figure it out.
LT, you're mobile. Do the walk around.
Okay, and as you can see, the slot is in there. So it's slide lock ready. Okay, so now he's got to do a quick unrivet, right? That's what I mean. So you're going to take the, he'll clean the edges just to make sure there's no boogers, burrs. If we put a nick in it or something, you can clean it up now. Just getting the edges peeled off of there. Because it does, when you're sanding something, it does lift up a burr here and there maybe. So get it all cleaned up. Now he will actually, when he's done with this, take this sheath apart. And he has a magic trick for doing that.
I'm not even going to use your fancy tool.
I noticed that. I saw that. You don't like my tool.
I don't need your tool.
But my tool works. I made it to work on kydex.
Do you want me to show that?
No. You do it your way. Sam has what we call kydex grip from doing kydex so much. And he can make a sheath that he's the only one that can open.
Which is most of the stuff that I have.
Yeah, we can't get the knife out of it. But anyhow, he's got it worked out. We'll get this figured out. Okay, so they sand it up a little bit, and now he is going to quickly unrivet it. Now, I've watched people do this on YouTube tutorials, and I've never seen anyone do it quite as quick as Sam does. But you have to understand, he does about a bazillion of them. Now, look at that. The sheath is apart. Now, the reason he does that is to get out any of the boogers. This really does matter. This will make your sheath really nice versus kind of really nice. It's just kind of good.
And it keeps your knife from getting all scratched.
This is true. Yeah, if you don't take your kydex apart before you do your final assembly, you risk having something in there that'll scratch your knife. This absolutely cleans everything out. He makes sure it's clean, good to go. Sprays it with acetone, gets anything nasty out of there, and it is ready to be assembled for the final time. Is this a customer knife or a stock knife?
This is a
Stock knife? Okay. I was going to shout out to the customer who was getting it. We got to see his sheath make.
Well, whoever wants it can get it now.
That's right. It is
Up for
available.
grabs.
You will have a freshly built sheath. Okay, so now Sam is in the process of actually doing final assembly. Okay, he puts the slide lock in. We won't put a backer on it right now, but let's go ahead and put the slide lock in and just show them real quick how the knife. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, you have to flare it, right? Yeah. So what he's going to do now is flare it, and what that means is he's going to open the mouth of that sheath up to where the handle of this knife doesn't just bounce right into the end of it. Because right now, as you can see, it's not flared, so it would just drive right into the end of it. So what he's going to do is he's going to flare this, and he's going to do it by hand. So when you guys get one of these sheaths, you can know they are absolutely done by hand, and this with a heat gun. Little heat. And what that does is just soften that up. He knows how much to apply just to get that soft enough, and then literally forms it with his fingers. Just gets that flare going just enough. And as that kydex cools, it will stay in that shape. So now, the knife clicks past. Did you guys see that? Do it one more time, bud. It just clicks right past there. Very nice. Okay, and now he's going to attach the slide lock. Now at this point, it would either get a tech lock or a leather backer, or we would make a kydex hanger for it or something, depending on how they want to carry it. Since this is not an ordered knife and we don't know, we'll leave that off for now, but no matter what, it does get a slide lock. And real quick, Sammy will demonstrate that for you. And as you can see, it's all the way locked and it's not coming out. And as he applies pressure downward, look at that. Look at that. Fantastic.
That's in there.
Whole thing.
Good job.
And there it is, guys. That is a quick down and dirty kydex sheath. Now, can you imagine? He does 170 of those sometimes in a couple days. So that's really cool. All right, Mikey, I'm going to hand this back to Sammy, and I'm going to come back into the office. You ready?
Ready?
Okay.
Now that is a pancake style sheath. Maybe in a later episode we'll do a taco style.
Here we go.
He's talking and no one can hear him, so it's even
He was
better.
suggesting that maybe we could do something with an ulti clip at some point. with a taco sheath.
He's back.
Ta-da! Okay, so there you guys go. I hope you guys really were kind of digging that. Because that was kind of fun. You got to see Sam put a kydex
It's still
together.
facing the wrong way.
So
There it is.
next time, oh, brother Stan's on. I didn't know he was on. Good to
I'm
see
back.
you, Stan. And you're right. It does have kydex. It's amazing. It's that thumb, like from doing this a million times to open and close those sheets. Yeah, he's got a kydex. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the workshop tutorials. I roughed in a knife from start to finish. Finished it off. I'm sorry. Roughed the knife. Yeah, start to finish, rough in. Got it handed off to Nick. He finished it up. Got the stop for sharpening. And then we did a quick kydex tutorial. I would like to think of this, guys. We might could try to pull this off. Maybe not next time, but in the future. Get everything kind of set up. We can do a super glue peen knife and go start to finish. What do you think?
That'd be good.
Sure.
You know, if we get our station set up a little bit. Again, guys, today we just kind of off the cuff and like, let's go do this. But this way we can have Mikey in the build area. Although Mike is the computer guy, he's the one who brings the costs in and out to you, so it's kind of hard we may have to figure that out on the fly. I don't know.
We're gonna have to teach Elaine how to be the producer,
Yeah.
so Mike can run out.
And then, like I said, we'll have Scott do a full sharpen front to back. And Nick was saying something about doing a pocket carry kydex.
Yeah, maybe.
Something. Yeah, that
Yeah, taco.
and we can do some grinding and different things too.
Mhm.
But it was a fun day, man. And I don't know if you guys can feel it, but we are super happy to be back at the shop. This is where we belong.
Yay.
I mean, I like being home. Don't get me wrong, but man, I missed making knives. I really did. I'm super happy to be back in here making knives. So thank
Oh,
you
so.
guys all that showed up today to watch us hang out in the shop. We actually have to go do some work now, but you know, it's. I think lunch is over.
What?
Yeah, maybe. You guys have anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Nope. I'm also glad to be back at work.
Yeah. We did decide, guys, that we are going to probably do this every other Friday. So we won't be
Yeah.
next Friday. We'll do it the following Friday. But we're back in the shop, and we think we're going to continue doing the live feed Fridays because, well, we're having a good time, and as long as you guys are having a good time, we'll bring you stuff. So pile up some questions, because if you want to see us do something, there is a chance that we may be able to jump right on. I mean, we have all our tools. Nick's right there. If you have a question for him, you can turn right around on the grinder. Sammy's in the kydex room. Me, Scott, and Mike are available for question Q&A. So glad to do that. It's good to go. All right. Brian Marinan said he didn't hear the lunchtime whistle blow, so it must not be over.
I was nice and I unplugged it.
Now that I think about
Ah.
it, right, I didn't hear it go off either. I didn't realize you unplugged it because it should have
I
went
didn't
off.
figure that we wanted that sound going
Good call.
through all of our phones
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah, the kydex.
True.
Oh man, that would have been an odd sounding thing, wouldn't it? Because it would have picked up on every phone.
Yeah.
It's loud. All right, guys, thanks for being here, and we will see you 2 weeks from today, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. God bless you. See you later.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.